Hey you guys, welcome to Consume the Goodness. My name is Kendra. I am a certified lifestyle and weight management specialist, and this channel is all about living well in real life, down to earth ways, coming from somebody who understands balancing a healthy lifestyle with real life challenges. And so this channel is just all about helping you consume the goodness physically and spiritually and in any way that I am able to help you do that. I love God. I love health. I love combining the two, and I love helping people, which is what I hope to do here. So today we are going to be talking about support, recruiting support, and do we even really need support? So we've been talking about healthy lifestyle in all these videos, right? Healthy lifestyle and living life with God or being saved, those are lifelong commitments. Those are forever things. So I always encourage finding support because it really is so helpful. And as a coach, when I was coaching clients, but also in my personal life, I'm as supportive as I can be. So being supportive, but that is a lot of things, being motivating and comforting and a voice of reason in a very respectful way, coming from a place of love. So being that it's only once a week, I mean, not in my personal life, I do that every day as often as I can, anytime I'm able to. But as far as being a coach goes, that was just once a week. So I always encourage any of my clients to try to recruit support in other areas. That way there's stuff in between their like weekly weigh-ins and check-ins with me. So I mean, because it was just on such a small, just once a week basis, unless they happened to be at home or they were in an environment where when something happened, they were able to email me, and then there's no guarantee that I would be able to email back right away. So I always encourage finding some type of support. Again, okay, I'm not gonna say it that much this time, I promise. Okay, so. Always encourage finding support. At least one person, but more than one is better. It can be so much better if you have more than one person. So somebody at home, at work, at school, at church, just people that you see and talk to often, people that you see and talk to on a regular basis. Those are people you want to like start thinking about as being people who can be there for support when you might need it. And another reason why more than one person is so helpful is because in all the people that we know, different people are helpful in different areas. So some people are really, really helpful in one area, but they might suck at really being something, that you might need for support in another area. And then somebody else is really strong in another, area that you might need some help. So let's say that you have a friend or someone in your family or someone at work who's really, really good at just motivating you. Like they're just so good at getting you feeling all pumped up and ready to go, and you're super motivated, and they're really good at that. And then you have someone else that you know who's really good at just helping slow you down, because like they can help slow you down and talk you out of maybe some super impulsive behavior that you're about to do. And then somebody else, who's really great at comforting and just really being there for you when you need that. And so that's very helpful because maybe they are helping you get through an emotional time as opposed to you just like doing a lot of emotional eating, which might just make you feel worse. So different kinds of support, and there are a lot of different kinds of support. So having different people who you can think of, if you're able to have different people, that can be a really big help. And when I say there are different kinds of support, I really do mean that. It's not just like, oh yeah, supportive, but that's it. So when you're thinking about, okay, who can help me with these certain areas that I might need some support in? So people who are motivating, somebody, people who or someone who has shared experiences, things that you guys can, they're just more understanding. They can really understand and be empathetic and sympathetic and all those types of things because they've walked in your shoes. That you guys share an experience together. Or emotional support, practical support, somebody who is very good at listening when you need them to listen. So who can be those things for you? Or you have participatory support, that's awesome, which is like what we're going to be doing in this challenge. We're all participating in this July challenge coming up, or whoever is going to be doing it. We're going to be doing this together. So that is a support right there, because you have a group of people who are going to be participating in the same thing. We're all, we all have very similar goals when we're doing that challenge. So do you have just one person who can be all of those things? And I know that there are people out there who could be all of those things for you. And do you know different people who are better in different areas, that some of those areas that I just mentioned? Or do you even need support in all of those areas at all? You might not need that support in every single area. You might not need much support at all. And it might just be in one of the areas that I talked about. Maybe you just need someone to help motivate you to exercise sometimes, or help motivate you to drink some more water, something simple. So it's good to really just think about where you might need support, and then think about who could be that support for you if ever you might need it, or whenever you might need it. Sometimes, I said again, still less than before. So I do want to say this because I understand what this is like so badly. I know that it is not the easiest thing in the world sometimes to ask for help. Some people really struggle with that. They just don't like to do it, because sometimes it's because of pride. Sometimes it's because they feel like, oh no, if I ask for help, like I just need to do it on my own. They're really hard on themselves and competitive. That would be more like me, just very hard on yourself. I can do it. I know I can do this, and just really pushing yourself, even though it's perfectly fine to ask for help. So when you are thinking about who to recruit as your support person or support people, it's really good to think about people who you trust and who you're very comfortable with. Somebody who you're comfortable going to and saying, hey, this is an area that I could use your help in, or this is something that I'm doing. These are goals that I'm working towards reaching. So I would really appreciate it if you could be there to support me through that. So are you good with me reaching out to you every once in a while? Anytime I might need your help, are you okay with me doing that? So somebody who you're comfortable reaching out to when you might need some help. And we can use support on all kinds of levels. It's not only when something's super drastic. It can be something just as simple as, I decided that I want to start living healthier, so that's what I'm going to do. And you could just have some support through that. And it could be something as simple as just wanting to grow stronger in your faith. And, just having someone who can help you through that whenever you might need it. Maybe just a little bit of encouragement or you guys read some Bible verses together or something, something more simple. But it also can be us needing support or asking for help. It can be in more serious situations too. So maybe you had like open heart surgery, and it is super, super important for you now to really stay on track with eating healthier and exercising regularly and proper water intake, and like learning different coping skills, coping mechanisms to help you with keeping your stress levels low and starting to form much healthier habits. It could be something more serious like that, or it could be something very serious like a severe alcohol problem, and maybe it's so bad that it's like really affecting your home and your marriage and your relationship with your kids. So you seriously need that support person or support people to help you during that time, to help keep you fixed on God, or to help keep you, in God's word, or maybe a pastor or a friend who's going to support your decision to go to a rehab place, and they're with you every step of the way. They call you every day or whatever. It could be anything. So whatever wherever you are on the scale, I guess we'll just say that wherever on the scale you are, if you need just a little bit of support, or for something kind of simple, or a whole lot of support for something that's really more severe, it's so beneficial to have people to reach out to and to talk to. You can make a list of people in case somebody isn't available. Maybe you need help, reach out to somebody and they're busy or they're asleep or something, so you maybe need somebody else to reach out to. You can do that. And some people have a hard time thinking of who in the world I could even do. Like, I don't know where to start. So I would always just like get out a piece of paper and a pen and just start writing down, like, okay, who in your family, and then who out of your friends, what friends do you have, what family members, co-workers, if you go to church, people at your church, are there any people there that you would be comfortable with? Or if anybody has, oh, I mentioned this app before in another video, I can't remember which one, but where I talked about MyFitnessPal a little bit, that app, it's just an app that helps you track. It helps you keep track of the food that you're eating and your exercise and water intake. And that app has, you can add friends just like if you were like on Facebook or something. You can add friends, and there are groups in there and blogs and challenges that they even do on their own over there. So you could, get help, find support from those people that you talk to, or online groups doing just a search, any type of search, like healthy living support group, or, exercise online group, something like that. There are places like that where you could go, or I'm pretty sure there are groups on Facebook that you could be in that are along these lines, living a healthier life, or getting closer to God, just growing in your faith. And I know for sure on Telegram, I don't have Facebook, but I am pretty sure that Facebook has that. But I know on Telegram, there are some really good groups on there where you can get support, especially when it comes to the growing in our faith, and just a lot of support there with prayer, things like that. So there are a lot of places I would say just to be cautious, be cautious of who you're talking to, do your research on the group that you're doing, really pay attention to the things that those people are actually saying in the group. And if it's something that doesn't seem right or you feel off about it, then I would say probably don't be a part of that. But, so just be careful, but those are some different options. And support is just good to have. It's just good to have in life, period, because we all face things. We face things all the time, and it can be, just having someone there when we're going through really happy, exciting times, or times of celebration, but also when we're going through really difficult times and stressful times, or times of loss. The support that we get during those times, whether it's really exciting, celebratory type stuff, or really hard, stressful, devastating, like heartbreaking type things, the support that we get during those times, it can just be priceless. Like, it's so important. It seems like such a simple thing, like, oh yeah, I have some people to support me through this. But when you really stop and think about what that entails and what that means, it's a lot. So having that is awesome, and we should do that too, and we're called to do that. We're called to be there for other people, and it's an honor to be there to help lift someone up when they're going through a really hard time. And it is such a blessing to have people there with you and for you and helping you when you're going through a hard time, or when you need help, whether it's something little or big. And so find support, but also be support. I just think that it's so good. It's so important and so good for us to encourage one another and to lift each other up and to help each other succeed and help each other just in any way that we can. It's so important. And we also very important, want to make sure that the person that we support, or the person or people that we recruit as support, want to make sure that they are actually helpful people. That's super important, because if you reach out to someone and they're just like, oh yeah, man, that sucks. Yep, that sounds like that's tough. Maybe, I don't know, take a nap. And then when you wake up, maybe the problem won't be there anymore. That is not helpful one bit. That does not help. Make sure the people that you recruit are actually helpful. That reminds me of Proverbs 13:20, which I wrote it down because I was like, that's kind of funny. Anyway, it says, whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. So don't, don't get your support from fools. Like, we want to have people who are help. You want to have people who are going to help you and help lift you up and help you grow and get through certain things and encourage you and maybe give you ideas of how to get through something. Let's say that you are on the phone with one of your friends or your sister or mom or dad or someone, and you're talking about how, oh my gosh, it's been just like a crazy busy day, it was insane. I didn't get to make it to the store, so now I'm about to order food, and this is just definitely going to be, I'm definitely going off track today for sure. And then the person you're talking to was like, okay, well, hold on. Like, okay, I'll pull up the menu. I'll pull up the menu to whatever place you're ordering from, and let's look at this, and let's see, I'll look at the menu with you, and let's see how we can keep you on track. Because I know that these goals are really important to you. You really want to, reach these goals that you set. So they're looking through the menu and they're like, okay, how about like a grilled chicken sandwich and a salad, or a baked potato and a cup of chili, or something like that. And then like, okay, I'll stay on the phone with you till you submit your order. That would be somebody who's helpful. That's helpful right then. And it's helpful in the future, because if you get to that point again, you can be like, okay, last time this happened, I ordered this, these foods and those items did actually help keep me on track. So I'll do that again. Or maybe having somebody help you bounce back if it's already happened, and you call someone and you're just like, I just ate all of my sadness. I was at the store and I got donuts and ice cream and chips and pizza rolls and candy and soda, and I just had it all. Everything I got, I just ate it all up. I just ate my sadness, and now I feel like a failure, and I failed. And the person that you talk to, who you're talking to, is like, no, you didn't fail. You're not a failure. You ate some stuff that's not good for you. Not the end of the world. So, it happened. Now just get back on track with the healthier stuff that you were eating. No big deal. But now let's, talk about why you were sad in the first place, because that's the more important thing here. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Let's pray. That would be an example of good support. Something that's actually helpful. So is support important? Is it important? Yes, I would say. If my options were yes or no, I would say yes. Having support is very important. That does not mean 100% count on your support person or people for every little thing. I would just really say don't do that. Don't take it so far that anytime that you are struggling or if you fall short somewhere, you are blaming other people for that. I would say don't get to that point. You don't want to be completely dependent on all the people around you, and if something happens where you did something super unhealthy or did something really, really bad or whatever, and you just start blaming it on other people because, well, I tried to call you and you didn't answer your phone. I mean, we still need to take responsibility for our actions. We should always be doing our best. We should always be doing our best with and without support. So that's, I said it again. Anyway, so that's definitely important. And really, if you're saved, when you're saved, we don't face anything alone. There's nothing that we are doing without support. We always have it. Jesus is always there with us. Always, always, every day. Even when things are really, really hard, and even when it seems like this isn't fair and this is just all a bunch of bad stuff piling on top, he's still there. And just acknowledge that and remember that. Don't forget that. And actually, on that note, I would recommend going back and watching the video where I talked about the differences. Like, there are a lot of analogies with healthy living, but what are the differences there? So I'll put the link for that video in the description. And then also, I always have the links for Family Bible Fellowship in the description, and that would be really good if you're saved, if you're not saved, but also if you are saved. But that would be a really good place to go to, because Pastor Stuart and Jennifer are really, really great, just wonderful people, and so helpful with if you do want to just hear more about God or get more into the Bible, or if you have any questions about being saved, and you can always email me if you want to do that and talk about being saved, or if you just want to pray, if you want to pray together, or if you want me to, type out a prayer for you, whatever you want to do, just any way that I can help. I want to give you those resources, which Family Bible Fellowship is the best resource, in my opinion, as far as what I do know about. And then I'm always ready to help somebody. So if I can help, then I will help you too. So yep, that's it for today. I just wanted to talk about support and how great it can really, really be, and just different ways to recruit support. We have our Freedom Challenge coming up on July 1st. So since in July we celebrate our independence, it's going to be a 1776, 17 workouts, 76 Bible verses. And the last video, the video that I did just before this one, goes over all the details of that challenge. So if you want to go back and check that out, that would be good. But that challenge is coming up, and so it seemed like a good time to talk about support in case you guys wanted to be thinking about that. Of course, you have me, and you can leave comments and you can email me, but also be thinking about like other friends that you might have, or if you want to share the challenge with your friends and family or people at work, and then that can be a support as well. So, and that's just in the next few days. So that's why I wanted to do this before we actually started the challenge. And I recommend going back and watching all of my other videos. And I don't only say that for the health part, the healthy living part, because even though that information can be super helpful, it is helpful every day. But with a challenge coming up, it can be, some of it can be more helpful. But I also recommend that for the faith stuff, the God parts of it, because you just don't ever know. You never know. There might be something in those videos that you really need to hear, or that really can help you with something that you're going through right now, or can really just help lift you up and encourage you. And so that's the biggest reason why I recommend going back through the other videos. So that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave those in the comments, or you can email me at consumethegoodness@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to get right back to you with an email. And thank you for sharing. Anytime you guys share these videos, thank you. And I ask that you guys share these videos with everybody, even with people who maybe don't, they're not so into the like God part of it. I would still say to share these videos, because it still has so much good, just a lot of goodness in there for everybody. So share these videos as far and wide as you can, and not for me, not for my recognition, for God. I do these videos for God and to help people get closer to God, and for you, for our health. And so that is why I ask that you guys share these videos, not for me, for God, and for you, and for the people that you know, and for the people that they know. So that's it. God bless you guys, and I hope to have you back on the next one.